Hello there and welcome back to Ireland. Last time, well, we had a minor issue, I guess I should call it, with the Crusade, of all things. There was a crusade for England that the Pope and everyone lost horribly. And of course we have luckily enough it's not we, but the Hungarians have a uprising again for the, a Tengri uprising that they have to deal with, which I laugh at them for. And also another thing that can be considered a kind of a victory is that the alliance between the Hungarians and the Bavarians failed. But it's not an alliance between them and Burgundy. Not really as annoying, but annoying still. So, what we will be doing this episode, we'll probably be trying to some extent, continue where we left off. We'll probably fight Bulgaria here for their province here. And we'll probably once again fight Hungarians. We'll continue that old boring pattern. Nothing really much else that we can do. So, let's just get straight to it, get our troops in position, and then we'll declare war on Bulgaria. There's also war here in Hungary that hopefully will escalate. We'll simply have to wait and see. And as I said, we'll probably also try to take the coast here and most of, Europe itself down the line. There's nothing else to say that. We'll hold the war in any direction we can, simply. But we'll try to get down to Israel as soon as possible. And to do that, we'll probably have to go straight through the Byzantine Empire. So we'll wait for that to happen. I'll just get someone else to educate the children here. Because I won't do it myself, I need to be able to educate my son by myself, because I'm pretty sure this will be the heir. So I'll educate him myself for as long as I can, and then we'll change to someone who's good at diplomacy. That's the plan. We'll see how it works out. And yes, we'll also declare war in Burgundy. No, Bulgaria. My apologies. The war is over. Bulgaria had about 5,000 troops that drew into the battle. They weren't too much of a threat though, and were quickly eliminated, as you might imagine. So with that, the war ended rather quickly. We'll once again be waiting for either truce to pass, or this guy, or myself to die, which current ETA for next war is about 4 years. So we'll wait for that. We'll of course look for other possibility or opportunities here. Most likely a war either against the Lombards, the Frenchies, who knows, we'll figure that out fairly soon. But for now, we unfortunately only have one option, and that option is to wait. So, we'll do just that, and we'll see how things turn out. So, the Karaite, or the Karaite, has just done a revolt over here, which is kind of weird, because I've never heard of these people before, and never actually heard of them revolt. So, I'm kind of confused to what I'm kind of confused about what's actually going on, but it shouldn't be a problem per se. It should simply be a easy slaughter, more or less. So let's just get our armies up and ready, and then we'll I guess crush them. We'll see how it turns out. As you can see, Ormond has also become Ashkenazi, which is pretty good. And we're also done with this revolt just about now, which is kind of a weird one, to be honest. Irish Karaite revolt. Karaite revolt, probably. And there it's over, so you don't have any cash. Unfortunately, execution is all that's left for you. But yeah, we are still waiting for Hungary here to fall. But there is a little bit of interesting thing here to see. Janos has declared a host war. Unfortunately, what he's actually declared a host war for is Turkestan over here. So it won't help me. The fact that he's probably winning, there's still a 10,000 host army still running around. So all in all, it should be a victory for them. And all in all, this is actually quite possible. Quite positive, simply because of the fact that they are currently weakening the Hungarians pretty much. So it should actually be fairly easy to take them down. Karuna has also declared a independence war here, which also is kind of interesting. So, a Jewish exile fleeing persecution elsewhere in Europe has shown up at your court. His time spent abroad has gifted him with many connections, and by all accounts he's an able diplomat. He would make a fine chancellor, indeed. So I get an extra guy in my court, which is quite irritating, to be honest, but nothing I can do about that. For now, we'll once again just wait for the truce we have with Hungary to run its course, and then we'll go after Wallachia. We'll see how it turns out. Apparently the Irish populace in Desmond have also embraced the Ashkenazi culture, and as of such we are, well, starting to look pretty nice. Almost all of Ireland is culture swapped, and I'm pretty sure also most of England and Scotland will follow suit, as, well, things are going fairly well. Can't complain on that score. The culture map will be looking fairly hilarious down the line, but for now it's looking pretty nice. Also, as you can see, I've gone for some more upgrade on my holdings. That will happen fairly often, I think. Another Norse uprising. No idea whether it actually rose up here in Westmoreland, 3,500. So I guess we'll just go straight up here and raise the guys in my Demnes. That should actually be more than enough to deal with this, I think. So we'll just get them in position and then we'll deal with the revolters. So apparently I do have a possibility of killing him. My co-conspirator Sand has procured a poisonous viper and sends word that will soon dig its fangs into King Elias. Well, just on point, I think, on me. I don't want to get bitten by a snake, poisonous one at that. But at the very least, here you can see that we are at least dealing with the rebels, are more or less done with. And I succeeded with the plot of killing King Elias, which is pretty good here. I could kiss that snake. Well, maybe I don't want to after all. What remains now is I was about to say kiss this revolt. No, we'll not kiss the revolt, we'll just kill off the revolt. And once that is done, I guess we are more or less now ready for another war against the Hungarians, who are currently, well, to some extent, slowly but surely falling apart. Turkestan is once again free, and Hungary is still in a troublesome position here with their child king. So there are apparently still some army levies raised here, and these are the culprits. So, Wallachia, you are my next target, and you're about to fall. Declare holy war for Wallachia. After that, we'll declare holy war for, well, I don't really want to declare holy war for Karvuna, the Duchy. If I can get it, those two provinces, then we'll probably go for Moesia first. But right now, we're doing fairly well for ourselves here. By taking Wallachia, of course, too, the Hungarians will be even further weakened. And the hilarious fact of this is that, well, the hilarious fact is that by weakening the Hungarians to this extent, I'm pretty sure that they won't be able to hold on to their holdings for too long. He's actually already ready to give up here, as you can see here. So that is fairly good. I'll accept that. Now, Mister, are you ready? Oh, I actually still have a truce, so I have another target then, the Karvuna, and we'll also go ahead here and hand out the province, temples and everything, and we'll most likely also declare war here on the Teutonic Order as soon as I can here. I can't declare Moravia, so we'll do that as soon as we actually have finished the war for Karvuna, and once we've done that, I'll get back to you. I don't expect too much resistance, so it should be a fairly straightforward battle. We'll see how it turns out. Well, the scary thing here is that the Byzantines actually joined into this war. I have no idea if they're actually defending here. Yeah, they're actually defending against me, and that, of course, is extremely, well, not horrible, but at least scary because they have a lot of troops. Luckily enough, I managed to siege things fast enough to actually make that not be a problem at all. Luckily enough, and with that we'll just go ahead and hand out these two provinces as well, and I'm pretty sure now that my vassals in this area will start to some extent actually conquering on their own. I will well, basically not try and take anything north of this line here. I'll probably go for Poland-esque borders over here and then take everything to the west of it, but I'll probably try to not go too far north here into the lands here. My vassals might do so, but I will not be helping them. So, when does my truce with the Bulgarians run out? In 6 more years. So, plot. Can I kill him? The kid, can I kill him? I do at least have some, well, plot power when it comes to killing him, so we'll give it a try. And I guess I should probably just also go ahead now and declare war for the castle here. So, we'll do that, and apparently they only have 600 men here, which is quite good, and also should make it fairly easy to get the counter claim done. I'll also go ahead now and hand over the 2 provinces, and once we are done with this war, we'll see how everything's standing. But as of now, we should be pretty much set to be able to stay in this area for quite a while. We'll see how things turn out. This is actually quite interesting. It seems like a lot of the kingdoms actually want to help the Teutonic Order, and as such, I do have a fairly good target. And also now I have another alternative for air with the Usher that actually also is quick, so that is quite interesting. I have 2 quick sons, so potentially we could make something work here. But for now, we'll hunt down these annoying helping armies, as I might actually call them, and just they're not that annoying. By killing them off, I will actually get most likely the war score I need to just finish this, and all in all, that is a fairly good thing. So I got actually 3 prisoners out of that battle, which is quite good. But yeah, I actually got the war score needed to end this once and for all. So we'll enforce the monster. We do have that castle as well. Adds a little bit to what we have here. I can also do a grand tournament or Passover. I guess for now we'll just ignore both of them, and once again just try and wait for the truces to run out so that we can start doing some more wars and to some extent get the troops that we need to challenge the Byzantines here. I have no idea how many troops this guy actually has now, but it's probably a fair amount. So suddenly I got a little bit confused here. There is the button. I couldn't actually see it at first, which is quite weird for me. As you can see, it can raise about 28,000 men. So I don't want to mess with him just yet. We'll wait a little bit longer, but we'll definitely be messing with him before, too long passes, as you might say. So we do have 2,000 now, or 2,000 men now back in Great Britain that we might actually go ahead and send down south here to help ourselves out. That means that we have 10,500 men in retinues, and that could potentially be a threat to the Byzantines. We'll have to consider if it is, and if we want to try and push on it, but I'll probably fight another war against both Hungary and also the Bulgarians before we go after the Byzantines, just to try and get a little bit extra troops to fight with. A province in my Demnes is riddled with disease. I need to send Steward Count Geert there, who will surely know what to do. Please save the peasants. Who else am I going to get taxes from? My greed is showing, I guess I should say. So, the art of leading men into battle has always fascinated you. To study this critical science, you have ordered the construction of a miniature army in the wood. There's Charlene scoffed at you for playing with toys, but truly, what do women fault in our war? Forward, men! We shall fight to the last! I gain a point of martial, which means that I fulfilled my ambition, bringing my martial ability up to 8. So all in all, my stats aren't that terrible, actually fairly good. And we'll just continue, or wait for the truces to run out so we can fight some more. We'll see how it turns out. So, once again we die. This is actually starting to become a recurring theme that we actually die once an episode now. Hopefully we can break that spell very soon. As you can see, King Levi II was elevated to heavenly mansion at age 42. He died of poor health. Long live King Nashon. So, we need a successor. And this guy is currently my regent. He doesn't hate my guts, luckily, so will probably not kill me. He has high intrigue, however, which is kind of scary. And I guess we'll go ahead here and make my brother heir, because he was also a quick kid. I'm currently 13 years old, so that is, kind of risky. I need to educate myself, or find someone to educate me is probably the right wording. And I guess we'll simply go for... my regent here. That should work out just fine, or spy master. He had good stats, so I can't complain on that score. On a entirely different note, though, this means war. Brutal war. Truces are up. War is on the agenda again. And I guess we'll just continue by conquering everything that we can. Which is kind of what we have been doing for quite a while. Also, there's a ton of... Wow. That's a lot of rebels. I guess we'll upgrade the keeps. Improved keeps level 4. And hopefully we can finish this war pretty quickly, because then we can start snatching some lands from the Hungarians. I guess we'll go for the the crown. I don't care too much about the priests or the townsfolk, so to speak. If it was the feudal lords, I definitely taken that, but as they weren't actually a choice at all, I simply opted for not doing anything, more or less. I should probably. So my Queen Mother has apparently used her considerable influence to step in as your regent, made her benefit from her wisdom and experience. I kinda doubt that, and if I could, I'd probably try and marry her away. As you can see, there's a ton of dangerous faction right now. So potentially I might actually have to send these guys back home before this war is over, and also due to the fact that there is a extremely amount or a positive amount here where I could potentially have benefited from actually making things work here. There is also the Scottish revolters with about 6,000 men. So all in all, things aren't actually looking that great right now. Potentially, this is something that we can deal with, don't get me wrong. But as things are currently looking, I might actually get into a very, very horrible situation very, very fast. And of course that is not a good thing at all. So, focus on getting this war done, focus on dealing with the Scottish revolters. I might actually prolong the war against the Scottish revolters because it's kind of not too likely that people will declare war on me while I'm dealing with, well, heathens, one might say. So, for now, so did I actually died. Can't say that I care too much about that. So yeah, hopefully we can snatch these guys pretty fast. I did lose quite a lot of troops there. So these guys actually intercepted me. Well, that makes sense then why I lost so many troops. But even so, it's kind of positive because most of the troops that I lose here are the troops of what would be the enemy, one might say. And these guys are kind of annoying because they are bouncing about in a very annoying fashion. Just marry him, please. Let's just get it out of the way. So, unfortunately, we're also out of time. I didn't notice. But we'll deal with the Scottish revolt the next time. We'll probably also have to deal with some sort of faction revolt. Of course, when Hungary turns out to be in, or turns itself inside out, I can't probably not benefit from it. Due to the fact that I declare war in Bulgaria, and also due to the fact that we have the potential revolters back at home. So, we'll see how it goes next time. Thank you for watching. Please leave a comment, praise, criticism, anything you feel like, and I'll see you around next time. Bye.